Alright, so in this video I'm going to talk a little bit about our pool, my thoughts on it, and how we've maintained it, and I'm also going to show you how we're going to close it for the winter. Okay, so we bought this pool from Walmart.com, and it's a Coleman Power Steel. It is 24 feet wide. It's a round pool, so it's 24 feet in diameter and 52 inches in height. Okay. Okay, so we had to buy a sand filter pump to replace the pump that came with it because the pump that came with it just was not good enough for this pool. This holds 13,500 gallons of water, just so you know. Anyway, so we bought this off of Amazon, I believe. It's like $187, and it's just full of sand. It has done a marvelous, amazing job. Just awesome. It's an Intex brand. It has all these different features: filter, waste, close, recirculate, rinse, and backwash. Okay, it has a timer here. You can set it to to filter every 2, 4, 6, 8, or 12 hours. This is the like the leaf collection basket. We have never had to empty this. It's been good to go, and you can see it's pretty clean. Here is the little switch to set it on the timer on or off. And it came with the hoses. So today that I'm filming, talking about the pool, today is October 24th, 2018. And I say that because I don't know when I'm going to get this published, and we're not closing it today. We do hope to close it by this weekend, though. But today is October 24th, 2018. And I want to say that because we actually put this pool up the first week in June. I think it was like June 10th when we put this pool up. Okay, so it's been what? July, August, September, October, like 4.5 months that this pool has been up. Okay, this is our first experience with a real pool, so we are not professionals by no means. So I'll go ahead and point out, this is in the morning, so you may see like these little white things here. We had a full moon last night, or at least it looked like a full moon. It was really bright outside, and we had these little, like, I don't know if they're those little bitty bugs. Anyway, they hover over the pool when there's a full moon or when it's really moonlight, and this is what's left. Okay, we have not been in this pool for over a month, and we've not cleaned it in over a month. So it's still actually pretty good considering that it's been over a month. I know there's some leaves. This pool is out in full sun. There's not any close trees around. You can see those trees, but they're several feet away. But these leaves still come from that because it is fall. And so that's that. Even though we've not been in it in over a month, we've still maintained the chemicals pretty good. Okay, so I want to go ahead and tell you a little bit about our thoughts on this particular brand of pool. It was super easy to put up. It only took us 2 or 3 hours to put it up. It was really easy to put up. The only negative comment I have so far about this pool is, like I said, we put it up in the first week of June. I think it was June 10th was when we put this up. Within a month, I noticed this. Okay? Can you see that rust, surface rust right there? I noticed that within a month. And that was all that there was. And then shortly after that, there was this one. Okay? And that was all for quite a while. And then, I don't know if I can find any more or not, but I guess I won't go over it. I'll just make the comment that about a month ago I came out here and I looked over each weld mark and every area, and on this side, the east side of the pool, there was little you know, just tiny little dots of surface rust. But nothing major. Just this one was major, and compared to what else we have, I would consider that one major. Okay, it was just little marks like this. I don't know if you can see that. It's black on my screen. But anyhow, it's just little surface rust right there. But we do, before winter comes, shortly, probably whenever we get ready to close the pool, we need to kind of sand this down a little bit and put maybe some hammer coat paint on that to take care of that. Okay, but the big rust thing that happened recently, and I don't know if it has something to do with us not being in the pool for, you know, a month and a half, but can you see that leg right there that's in the pool? I don't know if you can see that or not, but that pool leg right there is rusted. The paint is gone from that. Now the other side is fine. See, that side is fine, but the other side I just showed you is rusted pretty good. And also, you'll see where those poles meet right there. There's some rust there and a little bit there. But that is the biggest rust, was the ladder and then this part here that I showed you. Okay, so that's really the only complaints that I have about this pool. And I did read that in the reviews, so I was, you know, aware that that could be a possibility. We do not regret getting this pool. Once we got our chemical numbers balanced, it was easy to keep them balanced for us. We didn't have any issue. You know, the first 2 or 3 weeks, we could never get the chlorine high enough. It just would not keep. And but then once it finally did keep, it was perfectly easy to maintain. No issues at all. I'm going to show you the vacuum that we bought to vacuum out these leaves in just a minute. Other than that, any issues with algae, and I think that's because, again, you know, we've been keeping our numbers right, and you can see, like I said, we've not been in here for over a month and a half, and we do need to vacuum it out. But considering it's been that long and hasn't been cleaned, just the numbers have been taken care of, I think it's pretty good. Now, we do, about 3 weeks ago, when it was just too cold to get in it and we just quit, I did get really laxed on taking care of the chemical levels. I mean, I think I went 2 weeks, maybe 3, without checking them or adding anything to them. So because of that, we did get what I think is algae over here. I really don't know though. I don't know if it's just dirt and grime or if it is algae. It's kind of like a greenish brown. I really don't know if it's algae or, like I said, if it's dirt and grime. But anyhow, so when I saw that, I went ahead and, you know, fixed the chemicals and stuff, and I guess it quit growing, I guess you could say. But it hasn't gotten any worse. So, anyway. But where it's at here is the farthest end from the pool. Where's that? Over there on that end is the pool filter. And where this algae looking stuff is, it's on the farthest, the opposite end. So, you know, it could be it's just not strong enough to suck it up over here, maybe. Alright, now I'm going to go inside. I'm going to show you the chemicals that we have used, the brands and stuff that we've used to keep up with this. With the chlorine, okay? Alright, so this is from Walmart, and the brand is Pool Essentials. These are just 3-inch chlorinating tablets that you put in that little thing I showed you that had the temperature thing on it. Anyhow, you can buy this big box. It's 6 pounds, and I think it's like almost $20. Or you can buy individual ones. It's actually cheaper to buy this, okay? So, I do recommend these. They worked, I thought they just worked great. I Now for the liquid chlorine, okay, this is from Menards. This is Splash Pull Shock Liquid Chlorine. Okay, this is, like I said, this is the end of October. Just last week, I ran out of the Pool Essentials liquid chlorine that I had in stock, and the store didn't have any more. Well, I needed some, so I went to Menards and got this. They had 3 gallons left. I bought them. I don't really think this works as well as the Pool Essentials. The Pool Essentials liquid chlorine had only 10% of the sodium hypochlorite. The Pool Essentials did. However, and this one has 12.5%, so this one is more. So you would think that you could use less than the Pool Essentials liquid chlorine. However, when I would use the Pool Essentials liquid chlorine, my chlorine level would come up to what it needed to be. This thing, I had to use the entire gallon for it to come up to where it needed to be, whereas the Pool Essentials, I only had to use half a gallon. So I don't really understand that, but we did use liquid chlorine, but I recommend the Pool Essentials brand, but that's the only brand of liquid chlorine I had bought, okay? But it worked great, didn't have any issues with it. So as far as chlorine goes, I recommend Pool Essentials. Now, the next thing, when we were getting our numbers right, our biggest deal was our pH and our total alkalinity would be too high. Alright, sorry for that interruption. When we first got our pool, like I said, we were having trouble. Our pH and our total alkalinity was too high, and that was something we just fought with and just could not get it balanced like it should be. Okay, so what we did is we bought the Clorox brand. It's a bottle, a plastic shaker bottle, and it's like a powder, and it was called pH Down. I think it had the red lid. We went through 5 or 6 of those bottles in like within just a few days' time, and it still would not bring our pH or our total alkalinity down. It just would not work. So my husband, he was at Menards, and he saw this, and he just grabbed it, okay? In just one time of adding this, our pH and total alkalinity went down, and we the rest of the summer, never had any issues with it anymore, okay? Because once those were down, we were able to balance our chlorine, and everything just, flowed good. So this is Alka Minus. It's a pH minus powder, and it lowers the pH and controls the alkalinity. The brand is Utikim, I guess, Utikim, and it's from Menards, and we recommend this. It worked great. Now, for the shock, for the pool shock, our pool is a vinyl pool. We had bought the Pool Essentials pool shock. However, we never used it because we bought it because it was obviously quite a bit cheaper than the Clorox brand. But when we read the directions, because we were getting ready to use it, it sounded kind of scary. It sounded like you should be wearing like a hazmat suit. I mean, a respirator, no bare skin showing, a face mask. It just sounded like some serious stuff. So we're like, that's not very good. So we never used the Pool Essentials pool shock. We just did not do it. Instead, we went back to Walmart and we read the ingredients and the directions for the Clorox vinyl pool shock, and its directions on how to use it was not nearly as scary as the Pool Essentials, and it was made for vinyl pool, and it said that it would not bleach the pool liner. So we bought the Clorox vinyl pool shock, and we highly recommend that. That's great. It did not bleach the pool liner. Our water was clear. We did not swim in it in 15 minutes. We just didn't want to risk it. We added it at nighttime, and the next day checked our levels, and if the levels were good, then we would swim. However, it is not fast. So that's what we recommend. We recommend Clorox Vinyl Pool Shock. We recommend Pool Essentials Chlorinating Tablets and the liquid chlorine. To decrease the pH and alkalinity, we recommend Menard's Alkaminus. And I think that's all, because, yeah, that's all that we had to use. Like I said, we haven't had to use any algaecide or anything. So that is what we recommend. Okay, so I wanted to show you the vacuum, the pool vac that we bought for our pool. The company is WaterTech, and they make the Pool Blaster. They make different of these Pool Blaster pool vacs. The first one we bought was called Pool Blaster Speed Turbo, or Turbo Speed. It was about $100. It worked great, like twice, and then it wouldn't work anymore. So we returned it, and then we bought this one, the Centennial. It's very similar to the Speed Turbo, and it works great too. We are very, very happy with it. You can see it has a pole, so there are no hoses, which is wonderful. It's very easy to use. There's no hoses. It has a rechargeable lithium battery. It has a power rating of 290. It's for above ground, in-ground pools, and spas. Just a pool vac. So here, kind of have it apart a little bit. Here's the pole. This is the, motor housing, pool blaster. The water, after it filters the water, the clean water comes out of these slits here. This is let me see if I can stand this up without it falling. This red button's the power button. It has a watertight seal. You can see the watertight seal here, and this is lubricated when you buy it from the factory. Then of course you do not want to get this wet in here. This is the power button, but you do not want to get this wet at all, otherwise it will not work. Okay? Alright, so that's that part. It has this handle here. That's what this side here looks like. So this is the reusable filter, and I do not know how this looks on the camera. The screen is pretty dark on my end because of the sunlight out here. But this is a really thick fabric, whatever it is, I'm not sure, but it's really thick and durable. It was white whenever we bought it, of course, and you just clean it out and rinse it. Depending on how dirty your pool is, you may have to rinse. We rinse it every time we use it. When we were in the pool a lot, we vacuumed once a week. Okay, this is the bucket thing. Alright, so this is what the bottom looks like. It has these little rollers, has these little brushes to help scrape the bottom, and it sucks up the water here. Alright, and you can see here that little rocks, they'll get stuck in here. Those are very difficult to get out, but it doesn't really affect the thing. So water just, flows through here, and I'll go ahead and put it together now, but this just kind of sits in here. Okay, it snaps in there. Okay, so this is what it looks like assembled. You got the head here, you got the canister, the filter, the motor, and the pole. So yeah, it just sucks up water through here. That little vinyl rubber flaps open, water zooms up here, and it filters out sand, leaves, bugs, everything. And this filter filters great. I mean, it sucks up sand and it does a really great job. And then the clean water comes out through these two slits on each side. Okay, so and I think this Centennial was like $120. It works great. I recommend it. The only thing is, like I said in the beginning, you cannot let water get inside of this machine or it will not work. Okay? So what you do is you make sure that, this is sealed, like this is snapped down really good, and then whenever you're ready to get into the pool and vacuum it, go ahead and get your body into the pool and get this just above the water, turn it on, and then immediately plunge it down into the water. okay? And then vacuum. Whenever you're done with it, of course, turn it off, but do not leave it in the pool or else it'll go bad, okay? So when you're done, turn it off and put it outside the pool. You cannot leave this on hardly any time, while exposed to air, or it can mess it up, okay? All right, now the charger, this is the charger. So if you buy it, your charger will not look like this, okay? Let me show you where it plugs in at. Okay, so the charger plugs in right there. Let me see if I can. Okay, the charger plugs in right there, and it just plugs into a regular wall outlet. Hard doing this with one hand. Okay, so this is not what the end looked like when you bought it. The end was not L-shaped like this. It was just, a straight shape. But our puppies chewed it off, so my husband had to put a new end on it. Okay, we just had this end lying around the house and it worked. So that's that. The reason we have these going on is, again, this is where my husband, he split the cord and cut it so he could wire on the new one. Okay, so that's why these two connectors are on here. And this one is on here because our puppies actually chewed this cord into 2 times. Anyway, so your cord, your charger would look a lot nicer than this one. But so if your dogs do chew it up, it is fixable. Okay. Also, you would get, this is a America, a normal American plug-in, but they do have a European plug-in or European adapter. This thing just twists off one way or the other, and then it comes with the European one, to where you can, if you need to charge it in Europe, I guess. Okay, let's see. All right, the one thing, aside from being super, super careful not to get water in here and doing this completely right, you gotta be really careful with that. But aside from that, the cord, the charger, it has this little bulb here. Whenever you plug it in, the book that comes with it says that the cord, that this little bulb should be red while it's charging, and it takes 4 hours to charge, and when it's done, it's supposed to turn green. Well, it'll turn red, and it'll be red for maybe an hour, but then the light will go off, and there will be no color on it. And it did this on the previous one we had too, the Speed Turbo. It would never turn green. So, but I don't know, what the deal was, if it was a misprint or if there was something up with the cord, but we just left it in 4 hours, took it out, and it worked each time. Okay, so I just kind of wanted to say that because I was concerned that, it may not work right, but it does. All right, so that is the pool vac that we use and highly recommend. I forgot to mention that hopefully this afternoon, actually it's already afternoon, but hopefully pretty soon, my husband has plans to brave the 52-degree water and to get inside the pool and to vacuum it out. So if I remember and if I can, I will try to record him vacuuming some of that out, okay? But in case I don't, I do want to say that because of the design of the head, it actually does a really good job. Our pool is round. It actually does a very good job about getting, around the circular part. What I do when I vacuum it is I make that white line, that white piece, I kind of angle it right between the wall and the floor and just vacuum at an angle, but you got to make sure that you keep it flush on the floor so it will vacuum. But it does a great job. So, just wanted to say that it does a very good job at getting it all. It's easy to use. The kids use it too. Well, my oldest anyway. But so. Don't know if you can see that or not, how well that it cleaned that little section there that he did from the outside of the pool. Got a lot left to clean. Yes, it's cold. Big time. I can't believe you're actually in that. That water is very cold. Feels so bad for you. Thank you for doing it though. Poor thing. Hopefully you can just make it out to get that centered vacuum. Alright, so I'm on the ladder now, just on a couple steps of it. Just thought I would show you, maybe you can see how well that's just picking up. Try to zoom in, but it may not be very good. It's just picking up very, very, very good. The pool cleaning that you just saw is what we had done on Wednesday, and today is Saturday. Well, I had to clean on the pool again. I had to do some more vacuuming because that greenish brown gunk looking stuff, I had to take the brush to scrub that off. It was just on there too much for the vacuum to get up, so I had to scrub it off, and then of course, you know, that kind of, you know, disperses into the water. So then I had to wait you know, about a day for that to kind of settle back down and be loose so I could vacuum it back up. And then we had rain, so I had to redo the whole vacuuming again. Anyway, but I did want to go ahead and show you some of the tools that we use. This is a scrub brush you get from Walmart. It's about I think $14 or $15. It has these two curved ends, so it gets around the pool very, very nicely. It's just the head that you buy at Walmart. I told my friend about just getting like a stiff bristled broom, like a shop broom, and so that's what they use, and she didn't have a problem with that. But these curved ends really is a very just worth buying in my opinion. And then of course the pool actually came with the skimmer, and then this, so when we bought the pool we got the skimmer here, and then we got these pole pieces. It was a 3-piece set, so here's 1 set and 2, and then this piece here. Okay, so, and I already showed you about the pool vac. Okay, so since I had to vacuum it again just now, today's Saturday, since I had to vacuum it again, the water is just too cold. So I went over the side of the pool and I got as far as I could reach, but I could not reach the center, and I did not want to get in there. And anyway, so we just weren't going to get in there. So I took the metal pole from the skimmer and I slid it down into the plastic pole that came with the shop vac, and I just took some electrical tape and scissors and I just wrapped it around real good. So now I have a really long handle for the vac, and honestly I probably should have put this third piece on because I had to move the ladder in a couple places in order to finish reaching the middle. But just wanted to show you this is a great idea. And it works really well. Just you know, either get on the outside of the pool and reach as far as you can, or stay on top of the ladder, which is what I did, and so it worked great.